Hi, my name is Arisha Singhal, and I'm making this video for the Computer Science Honor Society of Robbinsville High School. Today's video topic is how to create tables through HTML. I will begin by talking about the basic structure needed to create a table. On the right-hand side, you can see a sample code followed by its output on the left-hand side. I started the way you start any HTML web page by calling HTML and creating a head. In the body of this code, I included a header in which I said making a basic table, so that way we know that's what's being done on this page. After that, I included the tag table, and within this are the parent elements tr, followed by the child elements th and td. I know right now it might just sound like a bunch of random words and letters, but don't worry, I will explain what each of these mean. The table tag defines the table within each body of the web page. This consists of the rows and cells, and the TR is what defines the rows of the table. These rows can consist of different cells or headings, which are TD and TH. The differences between TD and TH is that TH is the table headings, so the text within it would be bolded to make it stand out like a head. TD is just a basic data cell, which can include text, images, videos, or whatever else you would like to import into it. Going back to the example from the first slide, you can see that the first row includes of 3 table headers. I label them, this is column 1, this is column 2, and this is column 3, just to explain how the columns are built within each row. You start by declaring a row, and then you build as many columns as you need to within it before continuing on to the next row. You can change up how this table looks through attributes. As you can see here, I just added some attributes to the same sample code as earlier, and in the output you can see that there are now colors displayed, and there's also more spacing between each cell, spacing within the cell, the alignment of the text is different, and so on. When you add attributes to a table tag, it ends up controlling all of the elements within the table. This means it affects all the rows and cells within the table. So if you add a background color attribute to the table tag, it affects the background color of all the cells within the table. The align attribute affects the horizontal positioning of the table itself on the page, so the table can be on the right side, left side, or in the center. Adding a border just affects the size of the border, so you can ignore it, in which the border would be invisible or blend in with the background. The cell padding adds space inside each cell, and the cell spacing adds space between each cell. When you add attributes to the table rows, it controls all of the elements within each row. So adding an align attribute to the row tag affects the horizontal positioning of all the elements within the cells of the row. Same thing with background color and the line. The line is just the vertical positioning, so the elements of each of the cells in the row could be moved to the top, middle, or bottom of the cells. TH and TD have the same attributes, and any attributes you add to them will only control whatever is inside that one cell. This is what you can use to change the color of each cell, so every cell in a row can have a different color. The alignment of the text can be different, and the line is the same thing as before. The only difference is Now there's also col span and row span. Col span expresses how many columns a cell can span across, and row span expresses the number of rows a column can span across. So going back to the example, you can see that I added background color pink to the first row. This caused all of the cells within the first row to become pink. So this is column 1, this is column 2, and this is column 3, all have the background color pink. In the next 2 rows, I added a different color to each cell, but I had to repeat it for both of them so that the columns would have the same color. When you look at the table tag, you can see I added a line, border, cell padding, and cell spacing. By adding border, you can just see the black line that outlines each of the cells and the table as a whole. The cell padding is what creates the space within the cells, so the empty space between the words and the border. The cell spacing just pushes these cells slightly apart, so that's the white space between the black lines. And a line just moves the table to the center of the page, so it's no longer on the left side as a default. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you learned something new and can create tables that are creative and fun.